Hello friends, running Kimono. So today's video topic is a little different. Why coupon? Why do we do all this stuff? Well, I got to take this back to a conversation I had with a friend a couple weeks back, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this because a lot of you have probably family, friends, workmates, girlfriends, guy friends who see your couponing as a very odd hobby and they're like, why do you do that? What a waste of time. So a friend of mine who lives up in Toronto, and we've been friends since like elementary school. We've been friends for like a really long time. She lives in a big city. Even if she wanted to stockpile stuff, she can't because she doesn't have the room in her house. However, kind of critical about my couponing, and this is one hobby, unless you're in my daily life and in and out of my house, and face it, nobody's been in and out of this house in a while because of the pandemic and socially distancing and all that stuff. She's exceptionally negative about my couponing because at the height of the pandemic, she's really limited who can show up at her house. It's like nobody. So I will sometimes text her a photo of my stockpile, and she does know I do this. And, it just became from LOL to what are you going to do with all that stuff? Like very critical, kind of like, I don't know where you put all that. And it's none of her business or concern because this is all in my home. But why we would shop or get a deal like this one is that, if the store ever runs out of it or, if it's full price the next week, wouldn't you rather have a couple secrets or an all detergent when it's like rock bottom prices? I mean, the price of one of those items is probably the price of the entire basket. I think it's being really smart with money. And the joke is our math teacher, who I always say, Mrs. So-and-so would be really proud of this, and like, too bad they didn't teach this in school because I would have learned math really quickly or, accounting really quickly. And it's just kind of a running joke. But my friend is super negative about it. And like, I just kind of wonder, like, she just said to me, she's like, well, what are you going to do with that? Why would you buy so much? Like, why? Why coupon? And I told her, I said, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that it's in fact wrong. So if her hobby is watching hockey and drinking beer at a pub, would I say that that's a waste of money and that you can get the beverages and watch it in the comforts of your home for a lot less? Or if I don't understand hockey, I'm like, why are you watching that? It's dumb. Same thing. A hobby's a hobby's a hobby. And it's nobody's place to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing with your time. It was a very awkward conversation with my friend. I still love her and stuff, but I was somewhat like, you're going to tell me that, just because you don't understand something that it's wrong or it's gluttonous or it's stupid, but you don't know the mechanics of this, that I got most of this stuff for very inexpensive, rolled some bonus cash, rolled my register rewards, did this, did that, twirled 17 times at a cash register, and boom, I have all this stuff. And then the next week when stuff is full price, or you might not be able to find it. We learned that all with the pandemic when it started in March. It's always really nice to have this stuff at hand so you're not paying full price. And that is the cornerstone and principle of extreme couponing. Why coupon? Because when something hits the fan, you are prepared. Does that make us preppers? Does that make us, well, what is this? Why are so many of us just compelled to just collect stuff and to be ready for something? I think it has to do with a lot of us. If you've ever struggled with money, you can see the value in this. If you have ever, you've had a hard time, or you could see the value of collecting this stuff so you're not left with nothing. And these are some photos I took myself last March at the height of the pandemic at Walmart. And you and I, extreme couponers who go after the Dollar General's Saturday deals or basic deals for toilet paper, paper towel, we have a stockpile of stuff that when this happened, we were not out there buying toilet paper and paper towel. We had it already in our home. We had the cleaning supplies, the paper supplies, and we were ready to rock and roll. The one element where I kind of had my pants down was not enough hand sanitizer, and I wish I had a freezer stocked with food so I didn't have to go out at all. And I've rectified both of those points. I'm sure a lot of you have done the same too. So, if somebody ever says to you, like, why do you do this? What do you do with all this stuff? What a waste of time. The greatest hits of somebody not being a couponer, bringing that to you, that's when you can say, just because you don't understand it it doesn't mean it's a bad thing or wrong. Because I know a lot of you who do follow my couponing journey and follow these little deals that I post, that you do them and then you have a stockpile very similar to mine, especially if we shop at the same regional stores. So yeah, at the height of the pandemic, family and friends who were short on toilet paper, paper towel, Lysol, like the stuff that I had an abundance of, I was FedExing or UPSing boxes every other day for people to help them out. Did I accept a penny for that? No. Did it feel pretty good to help people because I had everything they needed and it wasn't in a store, but I had it in my basement? Yeah, it was a really cool moment. So again, I'm not here, bringing up drama between me and my friend up in Canada, but I know a lot of you are having this discussion where you might have a family member coming over and they're like, what is this? I don't understand it. And just because they don't understand something, it doesn't mean that it's in fact wrong. Write that down. Put that in the back of your head if you're ever quizzed about it, because, it was kind of, one of those things where that's how a non-couponer thinks, but we see a big stockpile and we see value in it. And if you guys want to sound off in the comments and share your experiences, I'd love to read it. There's a big community here on this page that people will chat back and forth, because I know a lot of you have been told this, or when this shows up in your basement and you've been really going hard for 6 months, you have family members who just want to come and take whatever just because. And it's all based on how you want to give your stockpile away and what you want to do with it. If you want to donate all of this to a women's shelter or SPCA, that is also your choice. So if you guys want to share in the comments your thoughts on this, like the why coupon, I would love to read it. And I'll start a pretty lively discussion down there. Now, one thing I did want to talk about before I take off is I did make a video on Saturday about items that are 100% free with coupons. Lots of newbies, lots of people that have stumbled across my channel right now because you're like, in 2021, I want to save money. I want to cut costs. I want to make something completely happen with my coupon journey. And even if you use 100% digital coupons at one of these stores and use the different rebate apps, you're going to start getting a lot of this stuff, really inexpensive, free, or money makers. And it is totally possible. You have to really find a store that works with you in your area. Please don't shop at a store that's like 3 hours away, because you're going to just be driving all the time. But somewhere local where you can try and make some deals happen for you with digital coupons in your store card, it's just endless. Dollar General is fantastic. And I know, especially here in the Midwest, like every 10 miles, there's a store. So, you just got to figure this out. But there's so many different freebies to be had and found with this hobby that I really touch on in this video. And like just items you should never pay for. And it's almost profound. Like my friend in Canada, she's like, how does that work? Like she'd have to come out and see me do this. But it's almost somewhat shocking that you'd think that all of this stuff in this picture free with coupons and rebate apps and all that magic. Like it's just like how, it's just almost perplexing that they're like, well, what did you do to get all this? My husband even says that to me sometimes when I bring home like an entire back of our SUV. It's just like full of stuff. He's like, did you rob a store? And it's like, no, it's just with coupons. You should follow my YouTube channel, husband. But anyhow, guys, I'd love to read in the comments what your thoughts on this video are. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.